Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad. What I got right here is the T3 Ultra Smartwatch. And in this video, we're going to unbox this bad boy, get it all set up, give it a full field test, see if it's something you might want to pick up as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed, see what we're working with. Here's everything you're going to get inside this package. As you can see, we've got our T3 Ultra watch face right there. Over here, we've got our charging unit with a standard USB port. Going to provide you with two different watch straps. We've got a silicone watch strap right here, including some extra locking mechanisms. And then this one is going to be a gunmetal finish metal watch strap as well. Provide you with a nice little tool to get that thing attached to your watch face. A little extension piece if you've got a larger wrist, and some locking mechanisms right there. Over here, we're gonna have our instruction book, as well as a nice screen protector and everything you need to put that on. Now, the instruction manual may look a little thick, but that's just because it's in multiple different languages. Truth be told, the English section is actually only 5 pages long. It goes over some basic things like charging your watch, downloading the app, setting up Bluetooth calling, and pairing it with your phone. So we removed our little protective layer from our watch, and the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is put on our protective screen. Now, this thing is already super clean, so I don't think I'm going to have to use the wipes, but I will pull off this little dust absorber and just tap the watch face to make sure we get any of that excess dust off. Now, if the watch face was obviously dirty, we'd use these two wipes, the wet one and the dry one, to clean that first. But as you can see, this thing is already fairly clean. Now we'll go ahead and use one of these guide stickers and put that just here so we can kind of use this to guide down. And we're going to peel this little protective layer off. Make sure you don't touch any of that inside piece there. And we're going to very carefully get this thing set on our watch. Press that down, and we've got it all sealed on there. Now you got to decide if you want to go with this silicone watch strap or this heavy gunmetal one. Me personally, I like the silicone one better. A little more lightweight, so we're going to go ahead and use that. To put this on, you simply turn your watch face over, flip this over. You're going to see you have this little knob right there that can pull this back, and you're going to slide those into each of those holes. As we take a closer look at the watch design itself, you'll see it's got a stainless steel watch case and bezel with the functions actually engraved directly into the bezel. Now, it's got a nice orange trim sandwiched between the watch and the bezel with these little orange accents on the buttons as well. As we turn this thing over, you'll see stainless steel with a gunmetal finish along with an outer layer of plastic. And then on the inside, you're going to have this glass fiber housing for your health sensors, which include heart rate, blood oxygen, sleep, and pedometer. As we take a look at the dimensions of the watch, you're going to see that it's going to be about 2 inches in diameter and just about a ½ inch thick. As we throw it on the scale, you're going to see that it weighs just under 3 ounces with the silicone watch strap. Now, charging the watch is super simple. Simply plug your USB into any outlet. You'll see the charging cord is going to be just about 2 feet long. And we're simply going to line up these bottom pieces right here with the bottom of the watch. It's got a magnetic feature, so once you get that thing connected, you'll see it stays connected right in there. Right now we're at 97%, and you can see that the watch is charging. So now let's go ahead and get this thing all set up. A couple things I want to point out. This is both a touchscreen watch, but it also does offer 4 different buttons on the side. This top button right here is going to be your power and select button. This is going to be your back button and can also be customized to open any app that you want. These buttons over here are simply going to be your up and down to toggle through your options. So we'll go ahead, hit that button right there. We're going to select English. And now we'll have to use our phone to scan and download the app. So we've downloaded our kospet Fit app that works with our T3 Ultra. Let's go ahead and get it opened up. At the bottom here, you're going to see 4 different options: home screen, sports, device, and profile. Now we start on our home screen. You're going to see some different health information, such as our steps for the day, the distance that we've covered, the calories we've burned, and then we've got some different apps such as sleep, heart rate, stress, blood oxygen, mood, and blood pressure. Now if we go ahead and click one of these, it's going to give us some in-depth information for the day, the week, the month, including a lot of different information on the type of sleep, for example, we had here. Click on the heart rate, again, same thing, a lot of different detailed information that you can go ahead and glean from this. Next one we're going to go to is our sports mode, and we'll go ahead and open this. Now I've already actually kind of set this up for the sports that I usually do. I've got some strength training, boxing, basketball, running, walking, yoga, some swimming, and more. Now we'll show you here how this kind of works. Let's go ahead and turn the watch on, slide over here to our workout function, and you're going to see here that these are all in sync with my sports. So we start at the top, I've got strength training, boxing, all the way down to the bottom where we've got our pool swim right here. Now I can either add more sports or take this away on the app, or I can go ahead and do it on the watch as well. Let's go ahead and do it from the app. We click edit, and now I can either remove or change the order, and I can add in some different ones as well. So if I want to remove pool swimming, I simply hit the minus button. It's going to go down to the optional sports modes. Let's go ahead and add in, how about karate? So we go ahead and hit a plus. Now karate is going to show up right here. If I wanted to move that to the top of the order, hold it down. And now we've just changed the order right there. When you're all done, go ahead and click save. And that's going to save and then sync with our watch as well. Now next up we have our device settings right here. In this you're going to see your battery life if you're connected, information about your watch, also has some other settings that you can adjust, such as text message settings, phone settings, a sedentary reminder, your alarm, add some contacts, emergency information about your device, updating, resetting, and unpairing. Now another thing in here is this find watch function. Very cool. In case you misplace this thing, you go ahead and click this. The watch is going to make a bunch of noise, vibrates, so you can find it in the couch cushions or wherever else it's at. Go ahead and hit any button to get that to be quiet. And yes, we did find our device. The last thing under device is our watch face gallery. We'll go ahead and click that. Now here you're going to have 3 different things. You're going to have where you can download different watch faces. You have custom watch face, where you can actually add a picture and create your own watch face. And you've got my faces, and these are the ones that you already have downloaded. Now I've already played around with this a little bit, but let's go ahead and add a new face. Let's check out this dynamic right here. We'll go ahead and click that. We'll click download and use. Now it's going to go ahead and sync to the watch. Sometimes takes just a few seconds, sometimes takes upwards of 30 seconds. All right, so now we have our new watch face displaying. Now if I go over here to my faces, you're gonna see I have several different options. So if I wanted to change in between these, I could simply just click blinds and apply, and it's going to change that over there. So pretty cool little setting. And the last one we have here is our profile, and this is gonna kind of have some of our fitness goals. If we wanted to add another device, it's got profile information, changing our goals. There's some women's settings here. Also have our customer service. So if you have any issues, you can click that. Overall, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the app. Now we've talked a little bit about using the watch using the side buttons here, but now let's get into the touchscreen display. The first thing we're gonna do is swipe down, and that's gonna give us access to our quick toggles here. And you'll see we've got some phone calling options. We've got the display brightness. We've got a silent mode over here, our battery power, and we've even got a little flashlight option right there, which is kind of cool. Now, if you want to edit this screen, you simply swipe over to the right and you'll see that you can hit a plus. And now we could remove any of these options, and we could also add in a bunch of different ones as well. Now from the home screen, if you swipe up on the watch, you're going to be able to access your different tiles. Again, these are all able to be manipulated if you want to change them or the order. But as you can see, we've got weather information, setting alarms, sleep data, workout records, stopwatch, timer, and more. Again, if you go ahead and edit that, you can change the order that these are in. You can add different things. Just a lot of different options and ways you can set up your watch. Now, if we swipe left on the watch, we're going to be able to access our app list. lots of different things in here, including our workouts, heart rate, sleep, and more. But there's also some cool practical ones in here, including the weather. They have a compass, barometer, and even some cool things like alarm and a calculator, which actually comes in real handy. And finally, if we right swipe on the watch, we're going to get access to our texts and notifications. So I've showed you how to navigate the watch as well as use the app. All that's left now is to put this thing on my wrist and give it a full field test. Now it's about 10 o'clock at night here, so we're not going to be doing much else, but I am going to get this thing slapped on my wrist so I can track my sleep habits tonight. And then when we get up tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and have a nice little morning workout, go about our daily business, and then that evening we'll probably even hit the weight room as well. So it'll be a good chance to fully test this thing out, see how well it performs with the things that I'm most interested in, including tracking my steps and my workouts. All right, so it's the next day. It's time to test out our first workout feature on this T3 Ultra. Usually every morning I like to get some type of morning movement in, not for too long, but just about 20 minutes to a half hour. So what we got today is some incline treadmill walking. So we're gonna go ahead and get that programmed in and get after it. All right, it's about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and check these stats out. Stop this, we're simply gonna hit the top. We can either continue there or we can hold this down to finish our workout. Now it's logged. So as far as the tracking on my incline treadmill walk, I finished up just over 30 minutes. And on my watch here, it showed up as 1.64 miles. And on my treadmill here, it showed up as 1.68 miles. Now, of course, there was a little bit of difference on when I started the watch compared to when I started the treadmill. So I'd say that's pretty dang close. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower. I'm gonna wear the watch, but I did wanna show you that this thing is waterproof. And kind of an interesting little feature on this, because it does have an internal speaker and microphone, is if you scroll down at the top here, you're gonna see that little raindrop button right there. If we push that, it actually has a drain water feature that's gonna blow the water out of the speaker area. And then it just tells you to shake it to speed up the discharge. Kind of interesting, something I haven't seen on other smartwatches. Now I'm about to head off and get some work done, but I wanted to demonstrate another feature that this has, which is the phone calling option. Go ahead and swipe left here to get our app list. And if you click on the call, you're gonna see that we have some contacts there. Now you add your contacts using the app, and you can see I've got multiple ones in here. We're gonna go ahead and give my sister a call and test this thing out. See, as you can see, it's ringing. The volume's all the way up.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
hey, I'm testing out a smartwatch. How is it coming across? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds great.
All right, I can hear you pretty decent too. I'm about 6 inches away from the watch. I'm gonna go ahead and move it back a little bit. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, it's coming through pretty good here too, so kind of cool. Thanks for picking up. I'll talk to you a little later.
Yeah, no problem. See you later.
Bye. So as you can see, kind of cool little feature there to be able to actually use the watch to make calls and receive calls as well. All right, so we've had a chance to wear around my T3 Ultra all day, and now we need to test this thing out with a little yoga and stretching, and then we'll finish off with a weightlifting workout. So first off, let's go ahead and set up the yoga and stretching. All right, so we just went for about 15 minutes for yoga. Go ahead and stop that. And we'll save it by holding down That button right there. And now we've logged our yoga workout. And the last workout we're gonna go ahead and test with this thing is gonna be some strength training. This is the one I've really been looking forward to, just to see how accurate it actually counts my reps, what it does on the rest time, and all those other things. So let's go ahead and get started. And that's going to wrap up our strength training workout. Went for about 36 minutes. Go ahead and stop it and save it. Now, one thing that was different with tracking my strength training workout with this T3 Ultra was the fact that I didn't have to push the button to start for each set of reps and then push it when I had a rest time. With my Garmin Vivo Active 5 and my Garmin Instinct, those both track strength training workouts where you actively push the button to start, it counts your reps, and then you push the button and it counts your rest time. So I'm interested to see how this strength training workout does show up in the app. We'll check that out when we get home. So it's about 11:30 a.m. the next day. Been wearing this watch for just about 38 hours. Let's go ahead and check the battery life as well as how yesterday's activities showed up on the phone app. So let's go ahead and check our battery life. You'll see here we are currently at 91%. So we've went through 9% of the battery in about 38 hours. Which is going to come out to about that 14 to 15 day mark that you should get out of this before you need to charge it. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at yesterday's activities. We are on the home screen here in the app. Go ahead and click the steps and let's go to yesterday, which was November 5th. You're going to see here it tracked at 13,700 steps, which seems pretty accurate for everything that I did yesterday. Shows us a distance and it shows us a calories. Now, one thing that's a little bit different with this is it's just showing me my walking calories. I haven't seen anywhere where I have like daily calories burned with this. We've got our sleep here. Again, we'll go to the 5th and you're gonna see there 5 hours and 46 minutes. Shows us kind of the sleep stages and any information on that. Let's go ahead and check out our workouts next. Again, now you're gonna see some sports records down here. I'll go ahead and click here, and individually for each activity, it's going to show you the different workouts that you've done. So yesterday, let's go ahead and start with our indoor walking that we did in the morning first. You'll see here it says the date, the time, calories burned. If we click that, we can get full details on how long the workout was, the estimated calories we burned, heart rate, and distance here. They also have a chart over here that goes and gives you some more detailed information as well. Now let's go ahead and go to yoga next and show you how they kind of track that with my 15-minute kind of warm-up stretching yoga workout. Again, with this one, it shows you the time, the calories, and the average heart rate, and it gives you a chart there as well. Now, the one that is a little disappointing to me is this strength training right here. If I click the strength training, you're gonna see it's kind of interesting. It shows me the mileage I covered, so it has nothing to do with the reps that were done in the workout. And it just shows you mileage, workout duration, calories, and heart rate. So this is way different than like my Garmin app where it would actually show me the different exercises that I did, the type of reps, the rest time, and all that information. So just a little bit different tracking on there that I definitely like the Garmin one better on that. So there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the T3 Ultra smartwatch. So to close this video out, let's go ahead and talk about some things that I think could be improved on this watch, as well as some things that I really did like. Now, as far as improvements, there's really two things that I noticed. Number one, the app could be a little bit glitchy at times where I couldn't get it to do a certain thing, or it would freeze and I would have to go ahead and close out of it, reopen it up. Now, the good news was I was able to get all my settings set up and it would eventually work how I wanted it to work. The second thing that I didn't like about the watch was just the strength training tracking. Now, I guess I'm just used to Garmin's options where I really get in-depth information when I'm lifting weights, but I found that to be a little bit lacking on this watch. Now, when it comes to what I did like about the T3 Ultra, first and foremost, you are getting a ton of advanced smartwatch features for a budget price. Whether it's little simple things like the calculator, compass, or flashlight, all the way up to the more advanced features like the GPS positioning, barometric pressure, health and fitness tracking. There's just a ton of different things that you can do with this watch. Now on top of that, although I did have a few issues using the app, I found that the watch face on this thing was not only very responsive, but all the apps were well laid out and easy to get to as well. Now the third thing that I really liked about this was the fact that I could both make and take phone calls, and both the microphone and speaker seemed to work pretty good. So with all that being said, if you were looking for a decent, feature-rich smartwatch that isn't going to break the bank, the T3 Ultra might be a good way to go. For those reasons and more, I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a world's greatest dad thumbs up, and I say, go ahead and get you one. Hey, one more thing before you go. I want to let you know that the company behind this T3 Ultra smartwatch is a big fan of the world's greatest dad's in-depth and informational videos. Therefore, about a month ago, they reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this product for video review purposes. Now, with that being said, all the thoughts and opinions expressed in this video were my own, and I always do my best to accurately describe any product I review. Now, I hope this video helped you out. We'll see you next time.